In today's episode, Willow's travel items, visiting Newburyport, Mass., a potential business opportunity, and new items update. I hope you enjoy. Hey. Well, good morning, kindred spirits, or should I say afternoon or evening. It's morning for me right now. It is only, let me see, it's about 8 o'clock, and it's not as early as it could be, not like last week, of course, but I am heading over to the North Shore of Massachusetts to visit my mom, and that's about a 2-hour drive. So when I do, I try to get another little North Shore trip in. When possible, because it's not always possible with traffic and schedules, but today it's possible. And I have decided I'm going to leave a little early and pack Willow's things because she's coming with me. Ben, as of today, is traveling. He's in Florida, and last night we sat from the balcony of his hotel and watched the sunset together. It was beautiful, it was magical, but it made me crave seeing the ocean. So that kind of prompted today. And it should be fairly nice. It says it's going to be 62 degrees here, which usually is warmer. So I did dress in layers, and I'll be able to hopefully not get too warm, because after that, then going to my mom's for lunch, and then she wants to sit outside at her development and try to get some sunshine. So what I'm going to do right now is pack up. And I bought this bag for her as a Christmas present, I think it was even this year. And this is not sponsored, but I really liked the contents, and some of it is put away. But what I like to do is, it has some bowls for water and for food that just fold right up. I don't always have to use the water. I'm going to keep going out of frame here, because I love using these little drink cups that you press a button and the water comes out. She's due for another one, but I'm just going to fill this up. I'm going to fill one up for myself. Not like this though, my own bottle. I should go get it while I'm thinking about it, or I will forget. And don't mind the hair. I jumped out of the shower, put in lotion, and Willow's going to bark. There's a lot of tree work going on outside right now, across the way. So I am trying to stay on the kick of drinking a lot of water. When I watch back on some of the videos, I can tell when I'm dehydrated. I mean, it shows in my hands, it shows in my neck, it shows in my eyes. So being hydrated is key, you know, my hair, everything. So I'm really trying to keep up with that. I usually add some supplements in the water that I have. I have my probiotics and my collagen here. But I already had that this morning with my first coffee, so I'm all set with that. Another thing I'm going to do is pull some food together for her. I already got it out of her bag. She gets a little mixture of a kibble and then some human-grade food that is made by a dog company, but it's some human-grade food, just a little touch for a treat. And she would get it all the time, but she was insatiable with it. She wanted it all the time. It's very expensive. It was like $200 a month. And so now we just do it as a little garnish. Her vet even said that she was putting a little weight on because of how much she wanted it. So we did that. So I have her food, water. I always like to bring her retractable leash just in case we do go down to the water. And at this point, I think she can still go on the beach if we get to a beach. I don't want to get too dirty because my mom's apartment is usually very immaculate and I don't want to get sand everywhere. So I do put her retractable leash on, and she has also a leash that goes around her chest so that when she pulls, it doesn't choke her and it actually helps from her pulling me. So right now I have a couple backpacks, but let's go with one that matches because I'm in the blue and white today. And I'm just going to put this stuff in here. And I've got some little bags for when she does her business. And speaking of business, she's patiently waiting for me to take her outside to the office so she can do some business. And then we'll add this in here. And I think I'm going to grab even a ball because she will entertain herself with a ball or annoy us with it by bringing it back and forth. But I'm going to go grab a ball and put that in here too. All right, so we have our ball. So Willow's bag is all set. Now, my mom already informed me that she has ordered lunch for us, so we're going to be having lunch in her unit. I am going to bring a little snack, though, for the road so I don't stop and get something naughty, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to take her outside, and we'll hit the road with my coffee. Well, I'm hoping she doesn't make a beeline across the street to visit all the workers out there. See, I put the square wreath on the door here. It's a little big, but I kind of like it. So let's get her out towards the backyard. And I'm going to give you a little quick garden tour. Things are definitely popping. Speaking of popping, remember that huge, almost dish-size orange poppy I had? Well, that's coming up fine. It's doing great. I was going to move it elsewhere, but I think I'm going to leave it here this year again. But we have a lot of daffodils, and I have the hyacinth, tulips. We have our peonies coming through. I already mentioned irises. Did I mention irises? And then I have some phlox here, some dianthus, tall phlox. I have, let's see, what else is here? We have the catmint. I mentioned last month about the pansies spreading. If you didn't think pansies came back each year, here's proof it can happen, especially here where I'm surprised that it didn't. One thing I am excited about, the peony that I was really rough with, I mean, I literally just dug it up and put it here in the ground because I was saving it from under the lilac tree. It is coming back full force. I am very excited. Now, I was told it was a tree peony. I don't think it is. So I'm going to watch it and figure it out. And I might have figured it out last year, and I don't remember. I might have looked it up. Okay, Willows, yay, Willow. Woohoo! This is when she gets a little treat. I always make sure to give her a treat because she now usually will go on command. Unless we're in a hurry, she won't go on command. And here's the little back section that I worked on the other day. My goodness, trying not to get my feet wet. Hard to do with all the dew. But the daffodils are beautiful here. Since I've been cleaning this garden up over the years, more and more stuff is showing up. Like, I'll have to look at my videos. I do not remember these little mini white grape hyacinths, but they must have been here. Then again, there was a lot here. I pulled up weed block that was here before, so maybe they just kind of came back. I'll have to look. Willow's looking at them too. My favorite is the white daffodils, I must say. And these have a little sparkle to them when they hit the sun. I don't know if the sun is reaching it just right, but let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can get it into the sun. I just realized that this is a different daffodil, and I'm going to insert a video from, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, that shows the sparkles. But it's in this grouping, they just haven't opened yet. These are the beautiful white daffodils, and I don't know if I can get close enough. They sparkle in the sunlight. I've noticed quite a few of the daffodil leaves do that. But aren't they beautiful? I realized last night again, I have not been sketching like I've used to and want to. So I am reassessing my life. And when I say reassessing my life, I don't mean anything major, but I realize that I'm not, well, it's kind of like do as I say, not as I do. I have a lot of slowing down to do, and I've been enjoying every minute of it, don't get me wrong, but I've been busy with things that I'm creating and doing, but I've made some decisions, and I think they're all good. So I can't wait to share that with you soon. I'm going to go slow over this part. I'm noticing for the first time that there's actually a square impression in the grass, and I went back out and there's some other shapes in this lawn area. I can't help but wonder if there were already gardens in this section before. All right, so I think we are ready to hit the road. I'm just going to grab myself a little healthy snack to keep in the car, and then we're going to get on the road. Like I said, it's kind of 2 hours. With traffic, it'd be more. So I make it an enjoyable ride, and I actually sometimes listen to podcasts or YouTube while I'm driving. Porch, it needs a little love too. I realized I really enjoyed having this coat rack on the porch. I brought it here when we had a gathering in January. It was so convenient versus just being able to hang a couple on the wall or back inside, but this is going to have to go. And I want to show you over here, I do have the white bleeding hearts on the porch. They're doing great. I put them just inside of another terracotta pot just so that they weren't that ugly. And I guess it's kind of silly that I did that because I still have the herbs in a cardboard box, but they're doing very well. I don't know if you remember how small they were and how short they were when I brought them home. They are loving it. I have been bringing them outside and getting some daylight sun, just trying to acclimate them, but they won't go outside for a while. I had many people ask me what I do with the orange mint. And I'm sorry I didn't mention it. I keep forgetting I have so many new followers. With the orange mint, what I do is I do trim it and then I dry it either naturally or in the dehydrator. Okay, so now the leaves of the orange mint and the strawberry mint are in the dehydrator. I'm now going to go sit with my cup of coffee, look through a coffee table book for a bit just to start my morning that way. I have not looked at emails yet. I have not scrolled yet. So I'm still trying to follow through with my less social media in the morning, and I really like my me time. So I'm going to go do that. In about 4 hours, I'm going to come back and check these herbs, and if they're nice and dry, I'll be putting them in airtight containers such as jars, and then I can harvest some more if I'd like, or I can start with the apples. I'm not sure yet. And then I use it for teas and tinctures. I just love the flavor. I wasn't so keen on the strawberry mint. I thought I would have been. Nope. Orange mint was my favorite, and I want to do a lot of it because I squirreled away the dried orange mint last winter so I would still have some available until I got more. So now I can have the rest. Maybe I'll do that for the ride. No, it's already too late. Oh gosh, my hands smell great now like orange mint. All right, so I'm gonna go grab everything. Another thing that Willow gets, she has a sling here in the back seat of the car. You know, sometimes you stop short, dogs can go behind the seat. Well, she has a cozy little sling, and I'm just gonna pivot over here. This is the name of the one I have in my car. Ben has a little different one. And it also helps keep the car clean. You know, there's a lot of sand and dirt here, and I just can unclip it. But I have to be real. I'm the one that doesn't keep the car clean. It's my roving, rolling office. All right, so I'm gonna put my things in the front seat, and once again, hit the road. I keep saying that. Literally out the door, and I'm realizing it's later than I thought, so I don't even know if I have time to do Ipswich first. Well, while driving, I zigged when I should have zagged, and then I noticed that it was really going to take too long to get to Ipswich, then to my mom's, so ended up going to Newburyport. Parked where I usually do so we could take a walk on the little wharf. It's blocked off, they're doing construction, so we're just going to take a little cross-country walk here and enjoy part of it. Stop pulling with them. and at least get some fresh air, some ocean air. But yeah, they've got pretty much the whole boardwalk blocked off. I think we can get to it in another area though. One thing about walking around with Willow, it's saving me money because I can't go into stores to shop. After a quick beverage break, we headed over to my mom's, and what I didn't realize is we were going to be doing a little genealogy. My mother has many family books. She is the one that taught me so much about research, but today she was asking me to go over things and trying to help her remember, and I don't think she realizes that my memory is probably worse than hers, but it was really fun going over family facts and information.
You can get one of those books. I thought you had one, so I don't know if Amazon would have it or not.
Now this was a long day for Willow, and she was ready for bed. She has her little Peter Rabbit baby doll, and she is waiting for me, and I'm not ready to go to bed yet. She keeps trying to get me to follow along. Oh, you can't go to bed? The door's shut? Oh no. Okay, you can go to bed. Good night. Good night. I still have work to do. You can go to bed. Good night. Well, the other day I mentioned I haven't been sketching, and I did realize one of the reasons I don't feel I had time for sketching was I was scrolling again, and it didn't come to my attention until I was rewatching the video when I was drying the herbs and saying I wasn't going to scroll as much. I know now I'm here on my phone again, but I'm doing this to share with you. So I'm not going to scroll this morning. I grabbed my books and I realized something. I have some oddities about myself. I really enjoyed sketching, and this is when I first started. This is 2020 when I was teaching myself to sketch, which I always used to love to do as a child, but it was a little rough and I had fun doing it, and I really enjoyed working from this size book. And I thought I had here, maybe it's in another book. And then each year I really liked seeing, things progress in like my peony and pansies, things like that. But I liked this size book and I couldn't find it again. So I ended up grabbing this larger one. Thought I'd like it, but the texture of the paper is a little different. Of course, the size is a little different. And I just couldn't get into sketching as much. I tried to even make it more of a gardening journal where I was making notes. But once again, here's 2024. I did not sketch much at all last year, but today, April 4th, I will start again. Do we see a problem here? I do. So I don't know if I need to get myself another book like this, which I did find. I found some that I think that are this size, this style, and I'm actually looking into them to carry, to share. So I'm going to be getting some samples. Where do I keep going in this book? I guess I'll keep going in this book, but I need to work on this. To literally write that it's going to start on April 4th and the pages are still blank afterwards, that's not good. That's not good. So I'm going to get my coffee, which it's already here on the other side of the table. I have a little pack of coffee I'm testing for one of our Fine Living boxes. But I have my pencils with the eraser, and I'm going to sit and I'm going to sketch with my coffee. I stopped for a moment and took an extra step to my little version of Fine Living this morning by getting rid of the chunky white coffee mug. And I got myself a little dainty teacup here full of my coffee. And now I'm ready to sketch, creating my moment. And now I'm going to put the phone down, relax, take a couple deep breaths, and enjoy the moment, sketching this very pretty hyacinth. On another day this week, took another little road trip, but it was just a few minutes from our home, and I never knew this existed. It is a mountain road that you can walk on and drive. It was $4 per person, and it was a very steep climb up, and you could see Boston way out in the distance. And I actually kept clutching the door and holding my breath because this was a two-way road, and it didn't look like a two-way road. I'm glad I'm not driving this.
It's 10 degrees warmer, you would be in the old truck.
Would she do it?
Absolutely. She wouldn't like going down.
Oh gosh. My ears just popped. Boston viewing area. Well, just standing on top of the mountain, I was cold, and I ended up craving a vanilla milkshake of all things, or frap. It's different in different parts of the country, I realize this. But we ended up going to Kimball Farms, and I ended up also getting a cheeseburger, and I bumped into a kindred spirit there, and thank you so much for coming up to me and saying hi. I really, really enjoyed our chat. Now that we're at the end of the video, I have a special announcement for some of you. Now, this is a business update and possibly a business opportunity for some of you. And then also I have some specials for kindred spirits who are still watching. But we have created an affiliate program for those interested in sharing Sugarwood 1790s vanilla. Simply go to the contact us link and just type in that you'd like more information and maybe share with us how you would like to help us promote it. Maybe you have an Instagram account, you might have a channel here on YouTube, you might have a blog, or you might be part of a social group of others that would love to use our vanilla. And I'm going to quickly mention that there is no commitment to purchase anything. There's no commitment at all. It's strictly sharing a link that we would give you, and if your link produces a sale, you will receive a commission on that purchase. I've also been very busy adding new items to the shop, including these solid brass chamber sticks and also pewter over solid brass chamber sticks. Supplies are limited, but they're on the shop right now.